Green River, Kentucky, straight wheated bourbon. What does all that mean? Where does it come from? Kentucky. Join us as we get into this bottle and this bottle gets into us on this episode of Savor the Burn. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, theys and thems, to this episode of the Savor the Burn podcast. My name is Jonathan, and over here to my right is Mr. W2. How do you do?
Off to a good start.
Damn Skippy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this Green River wheated bourbon. I have not heard anything about this brand. I mean, except for, just us talking about it and sending pictures. Other than it being from Kentucky.
Well, this is a bottle that we picked up a while back on one of our hunt days when we're kind of going around town. And I think I don't think it was...
You picked that up at Bubbles?
I picked it up at Bubbles. I don't think it was our first time in Bubbles, but we went into Bubbles. We picked up a few things that day. I don't even remember what.
I think there was a Russell single barrel that day.
Yes,
and we got gifted a bottle. Yeah, rare breed. We were gifted a bottle that we still have to get into.
But this is a distillery that my sister and Tim like, and she said that she told me specifically the wheated bourbon is really fantastic, and it was like a $28 bottle, so it was kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah,
it's very little money, and potentially it's going to be a good pour. So
and $28. I'll just write that down here. $28 for this bottle. It's not bottled in bond.
No.
It might look like it, but it's definitely not. And it's got like a horseshoe on the bottom, which is part of their logo. We got into this bottle just talking about bottle presentation before.
Super unique.
Before starting. And yeah, it's unique. Like I mean, look at that. It's so that they can put the horseshoe on the bottom, but I mean, I've never seen another bottle shape like this, so I'm looking forward to getting into this. Plus, it's natural cork.
It's natural cork.
I loves me some natural cork. So, what can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so this is Green River Distilling Company's Kentucky Wheated Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Category, obviously, is bourbon, distilled from Green River Whiskey Company. There is no age statement on this, but it does come in at 90 proof. So just as a point of reference, 90 proof is also what the Russell's Reserve 10-year comes in at, and it's also what Buffalo Trace comes in at. So that 90 proof sweet spot. And it says, this whiskey without regrets. Founded in 1885, Owensboro-based Green River is the 10th oldest distillery licensed in Kentucky. Reintroduced in 2022, Green River is distilled and bottled on the same hallowed grounds as it was well over a century ago, all in a beautiful, reimagined package that evokes the aesthetic, heritage, and storied history of its authentic and fascinating brand. Our wheated bourbon leads with a beautiful peach and caramel aroma coupled with apricot and cinnamon. I'm excited just reading that. That sounds awesome.
I'm a big fan of stone fruits and cinnamon.
We don't get peach very often.
We don't.
Every once in a while, we've had apricot kind of show up and party a little bit, but
I've been drinking the shit out of peach tea at work lately.
There you go.
I love it. 'Tis the season for me.
On the palate, you'll find toffee, pastry, and hazelnut that guide toward a honeyed finish that's smooth and balanced. The wheated expression lends itself to easy drinking while holding its own distinct character. We actually had the the opportunity, not every distiller, not every expression that's out there gives this information, but the distillery website gave us the mash bill on this. And this is 70% Kentucky grown corn, 20% wheat, and 9% malted barley.
That's cool. I like that they have that information out there.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get it, and I kind of get the idea of secret sauce and keeping some of those things locked under key and not just, what's the word I'm looking for? Not
I hate getting brain farts, man. It's like it's a sunny day,
and I'm stumped.
Here comes the cloud of Swiss cheese right over the mind. It's like, son of a limp biscuit.
Not letting it be public knowledge that of what the mash bill is.
Oh, like proprietary information.
Yeah.
Like they don't need to keep that on lockdown.
Yeah.
They do sometimes, whatever. It's
there's so
their
much
prerogative.
There's so much else that goes into the distilling process.
Knowing the aging process.
Yeah, knowing the percentages of the mash bill isn't really going to tell anyone anything. Especially if you think about a lot of distilleries will have 1 to 4 recipes that they use for multiple things. Like, for example, Buffalo Trace, we don't know what the mash bill is, but Buffalo Trace and Blanton's, and there's a couple other ones that all use the Buffalo Trace mash bill 1. That's what they're all use the exact same mash bill. Something's going on that's making them different.
It'd be like Miss Katie coming at us with 4 or 5 different recipes of banana bread. We're like, we need KC recipe number 1, or not KC. I was thinking Kansas City.
Well, we should have poured it up while I was talking.
Yeah, I was looking for the comments on the whiskey crew. So far, it looks like this one here is so little known in this area, and it might be because of that $28 price tag. People are just kind of maybe hesitant to get into it because at a $28 price tag, you're looking at maybe like a Jim Beam product. Or maybe a wild turkey product, or somewhere in that wheelhouse, Maker's Mark, whatever. Oh, that came out pretty quick. Let me try that one more again. Damn it!
That's all right.
Can't recreate it. Looks good.
Yeah, it's not a bad color at all.
Can I get that even? Nope. Please hold. Hope you don't mind.
If you say so.
One more again.
I'm good.
He's good. He's like, just fucking
I'm
stop.
not driving, though.
Just fucking stop. Yeah,
right.
It's from here, it smells like sour mash heaven.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that I noticed earlier today when I was looking at the bottle.
An oak?
Is right here underneath wheated bourbon whiskey, on either side of the word whiskey, it says sour mash.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's wild. I said Jim Beam, and it kind of smells a bit like it, too. It's got whatever it is that, that main smell that you get from Jim Beam, like from white label to lineage.
Dude, there is peach on the nose.
It's all got like a little bit of something. All right, so we got...
That is peach and caramel.
Damn it, I wrote shit up there. I shouldn't have. It's fine. Flip it over here. All right, so you're saying you got peach on the nose. I've got oak.
And the notes say the color on this is rich golden amber.
Think so? And they got to mean in the bottle.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd say that for the bottle. You think, dude? Yeah, you know what? I put that on there.
Yeah.
It's golden. Look at the legs are great.
Yep, nice legs.
Yeah, all right. So we got peach, we got oak, we got some. I got some vanilla.
Some caramel.
Caramel, definitely. Just realized
maybe some cinnamon.
Definitely cinnamon. That's cool. So that's 5 things right there off the bat. Yeah. How about the palate?
Oh yeah.
Oak definitely carries through.
That is extremely smooth. Cinnamon carries through on the palate. I think the peach apricot also shows up on the palate. The notes I have here say orange peel, apricot, and cinnamon are balanced by toffee and pastry. A honeyed round mouth feel with hints of hazelnut leads to a lasting finish of traditional Kentucky flavor.
So we didn't get into the citrus note, but yeah, to me it is orange peel, orange zest, orange peel on nose and palate.
Yeah,
and the sweetness to me is more reminiscent of like a brown sugar, like a brown sugar, maybe mixed with maple or something. But yeah, it's...
And with a point of reference and comparison, if you will,
cereal.
Don't forget that Weller's is the original wheated bourbon.
Somebody had to be. Why not Weller's? And Weller's Stitzel, they make some damn fine products. Anything that we try anyway.
Cathedral of Bourbon.
There you go. I like it. I got a Godzilla shirt. He's got a bourbon shirt. It's like he showed it. He understood the assignment. Yeah. Whenever I wear this Godzilla shirt out, I usually get a comment on it from a middle-aged guy, of course. And it's usually me that reaches out and says something like, "Yesterday I was at Walmart. It wasn't a middle-aged guy this time. It was some teenage kid. I was like, I like your shirt. He's wearing a Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath shirt. Black Sabbath. And I was like your shirt. He's like, thanks, man. I like yours. Oh, I'm like, oh, you fucking dork. But thank you. Jennifer's like, you always see people wearing the same shirt as you. I'm like, it's Godzilla. He's wearing Black Sabbath. Whatever. Never know what you're getting when you're with Tarjay. What are you getting on the finish?
It's got a nice medium long finish to it.
Yeah, and I'm picking up oak. It's like oak carries through all across the way.
I think the caramel carries through. I think that orange peel also carries on through to the finish. And there's just a nice, soft, warm hug on the finish. Yeah, that's really good. Guess I need to get some numbers.
Oh, yeah, good idea. Nose was good.
Yeah,
like no complaints. It's actually, I'm giving it that. Palate, for me, it seemed to me like it hit like 90 proof.
Yeah.
I mean,
and not a proof over that.
For me, sour mashes hit like their proof, their stated proof. So I wasn't really surprised by that. I would have been had I not seen sour mash on the bill right there on the set list.
Yeah, this is a nice drinker.
Yeah,
I could see. I mean, especially for $28, this could become a very easy daily drinker.
And a cocktail for sure.
Sure.
Like you throw this in an old fashioned, you throw this in a Negroni, in a Manhattan. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now those typically are more geared towards like rye, but I mean you got rye is a grain, wheat is a grain.
And what was that?
It does have, what is it, 9? Oh, so no, it's malted barley.
So we got 70% corn, 21% wheat, and then 9% malted barley.
No rye to speak of.
No, I mean that's going to be why
there's finish.
There's no heat. I mean that's going to help. That's going to help smooth it out.
There's no tongue bite. There's no afterburner kind of spice.
And yeah, I think the wheat comes through. I think the wheat helps soften it out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But I really dig how you can pull notes of citrus, like the orange peel, the orange zest. Like, it's all over this. Mm-hmm. And I really like that. That's one of the things that I always loved about Jim Beam.
I mean, I would go as far as to say that the orange peel is so present on the palate. I look at the bottle and I go from golden amber to an orange amber. I see more orange in it than gold.
I did my math in my head, so I need to double check.
Yeah, I mean, look at those legs. They are very pronounced. Yeah, great pour. Thanks, Faith. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. Thanks, guys. This is really something. It's especially at $28. I mean, it's like a sore dick. You can't beat it.
We haven't used that one in a while.
Yeah, and another thing that I saw Tim try to he paraphrased the hell out of it when you were out on holiday on your Sturgis run. And boy howdy, he described something. It's like it's not hotter than a stolen jalapeno, but it's like it's hotter than 2 rats in a wool sock. But Timothy, brother man, listen, it's 2 rats fucking in a wool sock. Just say it. I totally get it. What'd you give it on the nose?
I gave it 4 1/4.
Dude, even Steven right here. I gave it a 4 1/4 as well. Is this pen starting to die? No way. Let me see if there's still... Holy smokes, look at that.
Oh, there you go.
All right. See, that's how you know you're doing work. You know, you're clocking in, you're doing your work, you're doing things.
I'll take it.
You're running your pen out of ink. So yeah, on the palate, we immediately got 5 things. We got peach, oak, vanilla, caramel, cinnamon. We even got orange peel. Orange peel came in a little bit later. So we got 6 eventually, but yeah. So for me, I mean, 5 things. That's got to be at least a 4, especially if it's pleasing.
Yeah.
You know, if it smells like mowed over dog shit. No, that's probably not a good thing.
Not the things you want on the nose.
Not the things you want on the nose or the foot, let alone the palate. But I just want to finish the job and get out of this yard. But yeah, speaking of the palate, what do you got?
I left it at 4 1/4.
Okay. So for you, it carried through. For me, the palate didn't nosedive necessarily. We still got cinnamon, oak that carried through. Peach, apricot, the stone fruit kind of thing you picked up on. I picked up on the orange peel, and the brown sugar is what I came up with.
Okay.
I mean, because for me, that's where the sweetness of the spirit was kind of hailing from. But for me, it was just like it brought it down to a 4, which is the lowest of great. You know, as far as I'm concerned, anything under that is the high side of good. So, in the 3s anyway. So that brings us to the finish.
The finish wasn't bad at all. I dropped it a little bit, just down to 4.
Okay.
Just because, again, great finish. Just nothing that was overly wow about it. So I brought it down a little bit. I thought the nose and the palate actually carried this a little bit stronger. And it wasn't a short finish, but it was good.
Yeah, my score kept it at 4. Because like you said, and actually I didn't even think about it, we didn't hit wow.
Yeah.
But we both said, Like we both kind of nodded to ourselves like, okay, all right. Yep. All right, welcome to the party.
Yep.
On the finish, we said oak, medium finish. I totally agree with that. I picked up on the orange peel. It just carried through the entire way.
Yep.
And we got our Kentucky hug out of it. And if it's from Kentucky, we need a hug. So, bottle presentation. We talked a bit about that before we even started recording.
You know, I don't necessarily think there's anything that's just like, wow, amazing on this. There's no box,
there's no bag. That's pretty cool.
But, you know, the shape of the bottle is horseshoe shape, which actually presents itself on the bottom as the actual horseshoe.
Which I think they should have put on the top.
Which is part of their logo. Maybe. I get why they put it on there, because guess what? Horseshoes are the feet. So, they're on the bottom.
I get it. But if you're looking at it from the top, like, that's a weird shaped bottle.
I like the copper and the dark blue.
Embossing above and below.
They use color quite a bit. So a lot of their labels, actually all of their labels, are the exact same format, different color, and I believe they carry that copper metallic ink through with that. I like the neckband. I like the natural cork. I gave it 4 1/4.
4 1/4? Same here. And there
was enough uniqueness to it that I felt like it pushed it up and over that 4 mark.
If I wanted to nitpick it, maybe I'd drop it down to 4 1/8. But at this price point, $28.
I mean, there's no plastic screw-off cap.
They put so it's definitely no Jim Beam. You get it, hopefully. If not,
keep watching.
You'll figure it out. So, what did your final score end up being?
8 3/8.
Okay. 375. 375. All right. So before we go, let's talk about second nose. Have you given it a shot?
Dude, it's cereal all day long.
I thought it was picking up on cereal early, like on the nose. Yeah, this is cereal. This is cereal grains, not like Captain Crunch or.
I may be reaching for this, but hear me out. Cereal grains with just a little hint of a shortbread.
Shortbread? Mm-hmm. Shortbread's something we haven't picked up on the tasting notes in a long time. I don't know. You might be onto something. I'd be onto something. For me, the nose switched from brown sugar to molasses on the sweet, but definitely cereal all the way, like malto meal or cream of wheat.
I'm still honey on the sweetness.
Still honey?
The second nose. Yep.
Do you have any final thoughts on this one?
This is a great pour. I'm actually looking forward to continuing to nip on this and enjoy some pours and going back to the store and
exploring the brand.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
Did you say who the parent company was?
I believe everything is Green River Whiskey Company.
Wow. Okay.
They're in Owensboro, Kentucky.
Okay.
I've been through there once upon a time. Actually, the very first time. Which this would have been pre-Henry. We visited Faith and Tim in Knoxville. We, instead of doing the straight through trip, we did a little bit of a jaunt upwards, and I think we actually went through Louisville just briefly on to Owensboro. Katie's best friend and our maid of honor from our wedding, Amanda and Ryan. Lived in Owensboro. I think they're Owensboro. They're now out in the Grand Tetons area, I believe.
That sounds cool.
But anyway, yeah, we stopped in there. Did not do any distillery tours or anything like that. Did a lot of beer that trip.
Oh, before we go, here on the front of the bottle, it says DSP KY-10.
Right. Yep.
What is that?
So that is the.
You see that?
That is the distiller's registration number. That means that Green River is the 10th distillery that is legally registered on the books in the state of Kentucky.
Wow, how cool is that?
DSP 1 happens to be Heaven Hill, which we did not too long ago.
Okay, yeah.
They actually, so Heaven's Hill is one of the, technically, I don't think that they're the first, the oldest distillery. The oldest distillery actually is Michter's. But when they had their big fire and they pretty much lost everything, Jim Beam stepped in and helped facilitate them to keep running. But in the process, they purchased the, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this, Birnheim. They purchased them, which that distillery was the DSP 1.
Okay. So through a little bit of finagling,
DSP KY 1.
They were able to latch onto that claim to fame.
Yeah.
Well, going back to the Facebook whiskey groups that I posted bottle pictures of this in here. In the Kansas City Bourbon and Whiskey Club, Brian says, "Good bottle. Get to sipping." So, Brian, we agree. It is a good bottle. It may not be great, but it's on the low side of great as far as actually. You know what? It's right there midpoint great for our. I got 8 1/4. You got 8 and 3/8. Like we're a eighth of a point off from each other. Like we're zeroing in on each other's scent. So
according to Phil, our blips are
blipping.
right.
Are bliptating. Are you bliptating? I'm bliptating.
Blips or bips?
Bips.
Not blips.
Yes, yeah. Because my niece, we call her bips.
Blips are the little dots that show up on the radar or your video game.
Was that a UFO? I don't know. Red team go. Red team go.
There's a Spaceballs reference in there somewhere.
Oh, we've been jammed. There's only one man brave enough or stupid enough to do this. I'm a prince. I love that movie, dude. I love Spaceballs. Some people can hate on it.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. I don't know why it came out Sean Connery, but whatever. Anyway, so if you like Spaceballs, hit the like button. Thank you for checking out this episode of Savor the Burn. We are definitely happy to be here and trying these whiskeys for you in case you don't want to spend the $28 on a bottle, because a lot of times you can't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
So you run out and you buy the little horsey top bottle that that everybody is great, but you try it and you're like, this is hot garbage. Well, you can listen to us because I'm Mr. Happy Go Lucky, Mr. Positive. Wow, this is so cool, and you are more level, down to earth, which is we're not yin and yang, but he keeps me grounded, right where I need to be. But still, my rating is my rating. His rating is his rating.
Your rating is your rating.
Yeah, and whatever your rating is, let us know.
Yeah.
Leave it in the comments below.
Subscribe.
Definitely hit subscribe.
Hit that bell.
Thank you for watching on YouTube, and for those of you not watching YouTube and listening on your favorite streaming app of choice, we're definitely happy to have you guys along. Hit the...
And Spotify supports the video too. So if you're on Spotify, if you just click around in the app, you should find a video setting, and we should be there.
Spotify's a really cool app. It's not just music.
It's a great platform.
Yeah.
Not so much for the artist, their compensation.
Yeah, the royalties thing on that, and TikTok's about ready to jam their fist in your butthole.
Yep, I got notification that those terms and conditions have changed.
They're about to change. I got the email too into existence. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Yeah, wonderful. So if you like us, great. Thank you for following. If you like what we do and want to support, there's always a Patreon option for you. Just go to savortheburn.com and hit that drop-down menu and see what's what. You'll find this bottle in the liquor cabinet. You'll find our ratings there on this bottle's bottle-specific page. And like I said, we're happy to bring you these reviews and hopefully a rocktail and a cocktail from time to time. So without further ado, no matter who you are, where you are, who you're with, and what you're drinking, never forget,
keep on burning.